Molweni zihlobo zam, it's good to see you again. Have I ever told you about the story of Ngubemhlophe, she who wears the white blanket? If I haven't told you before, I will tell you today. So, once upon a time, there was peace and perfect harmony in the village. Everyone looked out for each other and there was plenty for all. There was love and peace in every square of the village. Everyone loved one another and all was well. But there was one member of the village who did not quite belong to the village. She was called Ngubemhlophe, she who wears the white blanket. Now, Ngubemhlophe was an old lady who lived on the hill, far away, but yet she was still a member of the village. Now, it had been years since anyone in the village had even seen Ngubemhlophe, but she served as a stern warning to all children. Every child was warned, you can play wherever you want to play, but do not go anywhere near that mountain, anywhere near where Ngubemhlophe lives, because it was said that Ngubemhlophe, she steals children and eats them. So many years passed and the story was told from child to child. Every single child who was born in the village was told to stay far away from Ngubemhlophe. So every child knew, stay far away from the house of Ngubemhlophe. One day, as per usual, the children were all out playing, and then it got dark and every child went home, except for one, Unomalanga. The parents of Unomalanga looked everywhere for her, frantically going from door to door, asking all of her friends, have you seen Unomalanga? Have you seen Unomalanga? Every child kept quiet. But one child, they all knew the truth actually, but one child was brave enough to tell the truth, and she said, actually, parents of Unomalanga, we were all playing, and then Unomalanga drifted up high into the hill, and she went on top of the hill, close to where Ngubemhlophe lives. This was terrible news for the parents, terrible news indeed, because as it was said, Ngubemhlophe, she steals and eats children. So quickly, the chief ordered a meeting, very, very fast, a very quick meeting, and all the young men of the village were summoned, and they were told, today, right now, you brave young warriors need to go up the mountain, find Ngubemhlophe and rescue the child. With no hesitation, the group of young men picked up their weapons and up they went, up the hill, all the way up the mountain to where Ngubemhlophe lives. When they were halfway up the mountain, in the thick jungles, the thick forests, a bird came by, and the bird was watching them, and then the bird started singing. Ngubemhlophe kuyiwa libuyayo, Ngubemhlophe kuyiwa libuyayo, xa bendisitsha kuyiwa libuyayo, xa bendisitsha kuyiwa libuyayo. Which means, once you go to the house of Ngubemhlophe, you never come back. Again, I say to you, once you go to the house of Ngubemhlophe, you never come back. The young men stopped. They froze in their tracks, and they asked each other, gentlemen, did you hear what that bird just sang? Many of them, they got worried and tense, and some of them turned back. They said, no, we dare not risk our lives over what might happen to us on top of the mountain. No, we don't do that. And some of them turned back. And so it was that now a small band of young men kept going. It took them all night to finally get to the top of the mountain. And in the morning, finally they got to the top. And finally, when they were close to where Ngubemhlophe lives, the bird came again and reminded them, "KwaNgubemhlophe kuyiwa libuyayo, KwaNgubemhlophe kuyiwa libuyayo, xa bendisitsha kuyiwa libuyayo, xa bendisitsha kuyiwa libuyayo." Oh, they had to harden their hearts. Now they were at the house of Ngubemhlophe. They drew their spears and called out to Ngubemhlophe, "Ngubemhlophe, we know that uNomalanga is inside your hut. Come out with the child. Come out if you know what's good for you." There was no sound. Quiet. Nothing happened. After another warning, they decided, no, let us just barge in. So what they did was to barge in. What they saw shook them to the core. There was uNomalanga playing happily with Ngubemhlophe. There was lots of food for uNomalanga to have. Her and Ngubemhlophe were having the time of their lives. It was then that the young man understood what the bird meant by saying, "Once you go to Ngubemhlophe's house, you never come back, because it is such a good time. She takes such good care of you." The young men were surprised. They too stayed at Ngubemhlophe's house, but eventually they had to bring back uNomalanga to the village. And then they relayed the story to every single person in the village. And the lesson here, my friends, is that just because a person may be old or distant or doesn't communicate with people does not necessarily make them a bad person. In English, they say, never judge a book by its cover. Till next time, friends. KwaNgubemhlophe kuyiwa libuyayo, KwaNgubemhlophe kuyiwa libuyayo, xa bendisitsha kuyiwa libuyayo, xa bendisitsha kuyiwa libuyayo, KwaNgubemhlophe kuyiwa libuyayo, KwaNgubemhlophe kuyiwa libuyayo.